Here is Saul, a very religious man. Saul had learned everything there was to know about the Jewish law. He kept all the rules in the book, and even some rules that weren't in the book. He studied night and day, and everyone respected him. Saul was very brainy, but he had a problem with his heart. Saul hated Christians because they believed in Jesus. "They've got it all wrong," he thought. "These Christians must be punished." He told lies about Christians and threw them into prison. "God will be pleased with me if I teach them a lesson," he thought. But of course, God was not pleased. One day, Saul was traveling to Damascus. He was looking for Christians. "I'll capture them and make them prisoners," he decided. "We'll have none of this Jesus nonsense." Damascus was a long way away, but Saul trudged on with determination. Suddenly, a bright flash of light took Saul completely by surprise. He fell backwards, covering his eyes, which were stinging. And then there was a voice. "Saul, Saul, why are you out to get me?" Saul knew immediately that this voice came from someone very, very important. "Who are you, Lord?" he stammered. "I am Jesus," said the voice. "I am the one you are trying to punish." Jesus was speaking straight to Saul. "Carry on into Damascus," Jesus told him, "and you will be told what to do." Slowly, Saul staggered to his feet, and when he opened his eyes, he found that he was blind. The people traveling with him had to help him feel his way. They were also stunned by the light and the noise, so they all walked on in silence. When they eventually reached Damascus, Saul stayed at someone's house. He was offered food, but he didn't want to eat. He waited there, shell-shocked, wondering what would happen next. The Christians in Damascus had heard about Saul and all the cruel things he did, and they were frightened of him. One of the Christians was called Ananias. God spoke to Ananias and gave him a special job to do. "Go and see Saul," God said to Ananias. "He's staying in Damascus. He's blind, so I want you to lay your hands on him and pray for him." Ananias's knees knocked together. "Pardon?" he muttered. "Saul is a very dangerous man. If I go to see him, he might put me in prison. He might even kill me." "Go and do it, Ananias. I have chosen Saul to tell people about Jesus." Ananias loved God, so he did as he was told. He went to see Saul, and he found that Saul had changed. "Come in," said Saul. He was quiet, kinder, and frail. "Brother Saul," said Ananias, "Jesus has sent me to pray for you so that you can see again." Jesus. Saul liked to hear that name now. He didn't feel angry when he heard it. It filled his heart with love. Saul knelt down as Ananias prayed for him, and it felt as if scales were falling from his eyes. Suddenly he could see. He could see the people around him, and for the first time he saw that Jesus really was God's Son. Saul was filled with the Holy Spirit, and he knew that he was different inside. The Christians in the house baptized Saul to show that he had changed. And after a hearty meal, Saul was raring to go. He was going to teach the world that Jesus was the Lord. He got to work straight away, preaching in the temples. Jesus is God's Son, and he can help you change. Saul told his story over and over again. He told everyone who Jesus was, and the people in Damascus were amazed. Could this really be Saul? They wondered, the one who hated Christians? Saul smiled. He was putting his brain to good use and letting Jesus mend his heart.